When the spotlight's bright and the riffs roar loud, few fans imagine how bizarre or how tragic a rock star's final act might be.
Terry Kath, lead singer in the rock group Chicago, kills himself with a gun he didn't think was loaded.
These aren't just tragic ends. They're mysteries wrapped in blood, gasoline, theory, and unanswered questions.
Philip Kramer?
This is 911. Can I help you, sir?
Yes, you can. I'm going to kill myself.
Let's start with one of rock's enduring enigmas, Bobby Fuller. Bobby Fuller was a rock and roll prodigy from Texas with undeniable talent. In 1966, he broke through with his band, the Bobby Fuller Four, thanks to the hit, I Fought the Law. A glorious future seemed inevitable, though not without friction. Behind the scenes, Fuller clashed with a controlling manager known for odd publicity stunts and heavy-handed decisions. On July 18, 1966, Bobby's body was found in his car, soaked in gasoline. He was only 23. His injuries suggested possible violence, and the car was parked somewhere it hadn't been earlier. By the time police arrived, he'd been dead for hours. What followed was confusion. The cause of death marked with a question mark. No clear ruling, no firm answers, just speculation, suspicion, and a family still asking what really happened. Mike Edwards was no ordinary rock cellist. Born in England, he joined Electric Light Orchestra in 1972, becoming known for eccentric stage antics, wearing top hats, plucking his cello strings with fruit, and ending solos by miming an exploding instrument in showy pyrotechnic skits. After leaving ELO in 1975, he reinvented himself. He moved to rural Devon, embraced spiritual life, even changing his name to Deva Pramada, and dedicated himself to teaching and local musical projects. On September 3, 2010, the unthinkable happened. Edwards was driving his van along a rural road in Devon when a massive hay bale, weighing over 1,000 pounds, rolled down a hillside and smashed into his vehicle. The impact was fatal. He died instantly at the age of 62. Authorities later investigated. A court found that the farmers involved were not guilty of safety violations, concluding that all standard precautions had been followed. The bizarre freak accident made headlines and still shocks fans, who struggle to imagine a more unusual end. In his life, Edwards had bridged classical rock and spiritual paths, and his death, as strange as any rock mythology, cemented him as one of the oddest casualty stories in music history. Terry Kath was one of rock's most gifted but tragically misunderstood artists. As a founding member of Chicago, his guitar tone and soulful voice became integral to the band's early identity. His peers regarded him as fearless, ever experimenting, always pushing his instrument.
And so the Hendrix said that guy is the baddest guitar player I've ever heard in my life.
Yet in January 1978, just days shy of turning 32, Kath's life ended in a heartbreaking accident. After attending a party, he was at the home of a friend and began toying with a semi-automatic 9mm pistol. He reassured those around him that the gun wasn't loaded, removed the magazine, and even joked about his own fatal potential. His final words, reportedly, were, "What do you think I'm gonna do? Blow my brains out?" Unbeknownst to him, a round remained in the chamber. When he pressed the trigger, the gun went off instantly. His death was ruled accidental, an unintentional self-inflicted gunshot. The contrast is brutal. A man so revered for creating musical masterpieces lost to a moment's misjudgment. For Chicago, the blow was devastating. Bandmates considered disbanding, but ultimately, they carried on, dedicating their next work to his memory. His daughter later made a documentary to capture the essence of a father she barely knew, one whose brilliance still echoes in every note. Les Harvey was a Scottish guitarist, best known as a founding member of the blues rock band Stone the Crows. He was the younger brother of rock singer Alex Harvey, and by the early 1970s, Les was gaining respect not only for his guitar work, but for helping steer a rising band in the UK scene. On May 3, 1972, tragedy struck in the most shocking fashion. Stone the Crows were performing at the top-ranked suite in Swansea, Wales. During the set, Les reached out to grab a microphone, but the mic was not properly grounded. At the same time, his fingers were touching the metal strings of his guitar, creating a fatal electrical circuit. The shocking jolt threw him backward, and he collapsed on stage in full view of the audience. Bandmates who rushed to assist were themselves jolted before they could pull him free. He was rushed for medical treatment but pronounced dead on arrival. He was only 27. His death was a freak accident, but it left a lasting shadow. Many concert venues and sound engineers tightened safety protocols afterward. Les Harvey's onstage electrocution became a grim warning. Music can be magical, but in the wrong circumstances, deadly. Philip Kramer was more than a rock bassist. He was a scientist, inventor, and mystery in motion. After playing bass for Iron Butterfly in the mid-1970s, Kramer left music and earned a degree in aerospace engineering. He worked on defense projects, got into computer compression and facial recognition tech, then founded Total Multimedia Inc. in 1990. But by the mid-1990s, financial pressures and breakdowns began creeping in. On February 12, 1995, Kramer left home planning to pick up a business associate at Los Angeles International Airport. The trip never went as expected. He called friends and family repeatedly, telling them, "I love you more than life itself," and later phoned 911 saying he intended to kill himself.
Philip Kramer?
This is 911. Can I help you, sir?
Yes, you can. I'm going to kill myself.
After that, he vanished entirely. No confirmed sightings, no trace of his van, nothing. 4 years passed. Then on May 29, 1999, photographers exploring old wrecks discovered a rusted minivan at the bottom of a canyon in Malibu. Inside were skeletal remains, later identified as Kramer's through dental records. The manner of death was ruled probable suicide, though many unanswered threads linger. Was it suicide, accident, or foul play tied to his cutting-edge research? His family insists he wouldn't abandon them, claiming he once warned, "If I ever say I'll kill myself, don't believe it." Today, Kramer's disappearance and death remain one of rock's strangest enigmas. Randy Rhoads was a restless innovator, young, hungry, and already changing the face of metal. Having joined Ozzy Osbourne's solo project after his stint with Quiet Riot, Rhoads blended classical technique with heavy riffs, helping forge a new guitar language for the 1980s. He was also notoriously afraid of flying, a fact that makes his end all the more haunting. In March 1982, while touring with Ozzy, the band's bus stopped at a house airstrip property in Leesburg, Florida, to fix an air conditioner. The property had small planes nearby. The bus driver, Andrew Aycock, who was also a pilot, decided to take some people up for joyrides. Rhoads and the band's makeup artist, Rachel Youngblood, agreed to join one flight. During the flight, Aycock buzzed the bus multiple times, ostensibly as a prank. On a final pass, the plane's left wing clipped the bus roof, severed, and the craft spiraled into a nearby garage. The impact was instant and catastrophic. Rhoads, 25, Aycock, and Youngblood all perished instantly. The crash left parts of the plane embedded in the bus. Witnesses say the band tried to access the wreckage but found only fragments. Investigations later revealed that Aycock's medical certificate had expired, and he tested positive for cocaine. In contrast, Rhoads' toxicology showed no illegal substances, only nicotine. The destruction and suddenness of the crash fueled wild speculation. Accident, madness, or something darker. In life and death, Randy Rhoads remains a tragic and mysterious figure. Darrell "Dimebag" Abbott was a lightning bolt on stage, a guitarist whose riffs and raw energy helped shape modern metal. After Pantera split in 2003, he and his brother Vinny formed Damageplan with hopes of forging a new chapter. But on December 8, 2004, that chapter ended in tragedy. That night, Damageplan was playing at the Alrosa Villa in Columbus, Ohio. Early into their set, a deranged fan named Nathan Gale stormed the stage with a 9mm pistol. He opened fire, targeting Darrell and the others on stage. Darrell was shot multiple times in the head and died instantly at the age of 38. Gale also killed the band's head of security, a club employee, and a fan who rushed to help, before a police officer responded and fatally shot him. The brutality and randomness of the attack sent shockwaves through the music world. A revered artist murdered mid-performance. The stage, once a place of creation and connection, became a site of violence. To many fans and fellow musicians, the question lingers: how something so unthinkable could happen in the midst of music and celebration. Darrell's legacy endures not just in his riffs, but in the stark reminder of how fragile life, even for legends, can be. In 1997, Jeff Buckley had retreated to Memphis to work on his second album. On the evening of May 29th, while waiting for his bandmates to arrive, he spontaneously decided to go swimming in the river. Fully clothed, as he was in the water, a passing boat created a large wake. That wave pulled Buckley under the surface. After several days of searching, his body was eventually found. He was 30 years old. The cause of death was ruled as drowning, a tragic accident. Buckley's sudden disappearance during an impulsive swim and his death by drowning remains one of the strangest and saddest endings in rock history. Keith Moon was the wildest heartbeat behind The Who, a drumming tornado whose excess and intensity defined rock's most chaotic era. Even at the height of his fame, there was always a sense that his next move would push farther, harder. On the evening of September 6, 1978, Moon attended a party hosted by Paul McCartney. He kept to a self-imposed limit of 2 glasses of champagne.
In control of your life at all?
Oh, we are certain days.
Certain days.
Yeah.
What do you like the other days?
Drunk.
Later that night, after returning home, he ate, then took a massive dose of heminevrin, a sedative meant to treat alcohol withdrawal, and went to sleep. He awoke hours later, had another meal, took more pills, and drifted off again. He never woke. On September 7th, Moon was pronounced dead at age 31. The autopsy revealed he had ingested more than 30 heminevrin tablets. Because the drug constricted his esophagus, he was unable to vomit, so when he dosed himself, he effectively asphyxiated in his sleep. The death was ruled accidental. There was no indication of a suicide intention. Moon's collapse was tragic, but also fitting given his reputation. His life had been a constant assault on limits: drugs, wrecked hotel rooms, explosive stunts, and chronic self-destruction. His final act was in one sense the most rock and roll possible, a death caused by the very tools he'd used to sustain his chaos. Harry Chapin was a beloved folk rock artist and passionate advocate for social causes. On July 16, 1981, he was driving toward a benefit concert he planned to play that evening. Along the Long Island Expressway, Chapin slowed his 1975 Volkswagen, turned on his hazard lights, and began weaving between lanes, moving from left to center and back again, his car traveling as slowly as 15 miles per hour in places. Mid-drive, a semi-trailer struck his car from behind. The collision crushed the rear of his Volkswagen, rupturing the fuel tank and setting the car aflame. Witnesses pulled Chapin from the burning wreckage, unconscious. He was airlifted to Nassau County Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead shortly afterward at age 38. The official cause: internal bleeding from the crash. What makes the case especially haunting is the odd behavior just before impact. His slow weaving, hazard lights on, lane changes at low speed, and the uncertainty about whether a medical event triggered it. The crash turned a routine drive into a bizarre and tragic end. These weren't just musicians, they were voices that shook the world. And yet their endings? Sudden, strange, still unanswered. Each left behind more than just songs. They left stories we can't forget. If these moments moved you, subscribe for more and let me know in the comments which story stuck with you the most.